Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw one interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, Coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Wentz now on first down. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On second down, it's Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense.
You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Taylor. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Wentz. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their 6'1" quarterback from Old Dominion. It's Taylor Heineke.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Heineke will find Gibson here complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Heineke. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Heineke from the gun on 3rd down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep, Nyheim Hines. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Wentz. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the...
And now the football, and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 7 from the 20. From the gun, Heineke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This defense for the Colts, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up.
So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll go. It's Gibson going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw is Wentz. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. They fake the give. Now Wentz. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Taylor. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the 1st. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
The Washington offense back out there. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff for Gibson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Heineke to throw it. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
A first down throw for Heineke. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. The numbers for McLaurin a week ago. 6 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Heineke, that's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Gibson. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now Heineke. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. On 2nd down, here's Heineke again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Colts will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
A strong running. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Short little throw to Ebron.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
On the handoff, Taylor.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Wentz will give to Taylor on the draw.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Now Wentz. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Chase Young in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive,
That does him no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Gibson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Heineke sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
Here's Braden Mann now,
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. 2nd quarter here. He has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there was going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, well, so far, just the single catch. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wentz.
a quick pass here to Godwin.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Second and 11 now.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. The Colts on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wentz. Over the middle, complete. That's Hines. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Now Heineke. Flush, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long. To throw is Heineke. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
And if you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
On first down, Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Heineke now. Rolling to his right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Heineke trying to get him up to the line quickly. And he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Throwing. Heineke. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Heineke. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Heineke will dump that off to Gibson, complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. He hasn't had his usual star-studded performance so far, but still the second quarter, and they're still up on the scoreboard.
And sometimes even as a decoy, you can have a big impact on the game, and that's what we've seen thus far. They're still able to get it done. They found other ways. They haven't had to utilize him as a top priority just yet, but you know he's waiting and available.
Yeah, now the question is, how will they utilize him here? A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And it's the Cardinals who are out in front in that one. A touchdown run for James Conner. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Alvin Kamara, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucs. Matt Ryan has thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think they get back in balance. It'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Heineke. Open man is Samuel. Complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third and short yardage, Heineke. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this returnable for Hines. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Colts to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On play action, Wentz. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's a second down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him
He's looking at a butt ain't shit.
Go Lagoon. How's everybody doing on this fine Christmas Eve evening? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.